Yeah, 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 I run my fingers through her hair as she smiles and says that she loves me. Isn't it lovely when the one you lusting is the one you're loving?
I feel like this is going to be Damson Idris's post. And those of you who follow him, you'll see it. I don't know why he posted it, but it says a lot. I'm still stuck on this. The compulsion to humble these women perhaps makes you feel like more of a man. I promise you, you aren't men to us. Who's the us, Damson? I want to know, who is he talking about?
I don't know, but I'll tell you my guess. That feels to me like, when I talk about me and mine, that is who I consider community. And therefore, part of what he's suggesting is that his idea of community involves women being able to be whole human beings and not just objects. So the us
I like it.
Is capacious, I believe.
Capacious, come on through. Capaciousness. And the last line, a new year's approaching, grow up. I like that. I like that. Dr. Robin talks about growing up a lot. Yeah. We promise to take all of the calls. So all the calls that are left, we're not taking any more calls because we don't have a whole lot of time. But let's take Tony in Atlanta, Georgia, holding on for a while. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking my call. I love you as always. Hi, Dr. Mitchell.
Hi.
So I just wanted to jump in real quick because I feel like this thing really is honestly spiritual, and it's spiritual for everybody, men and women. I feel like we talk about things from a man aspect and a woman aspect versus a down the middle spiritual aspect. Men have masculine and feminine energy just like women have masculine and feminine energy. And so a lot of times we get caught up in this whole idea like, oh, well, men do this and women do that. Listen, men gossip, men have emotions. They just haven't been taught to deal with them the same way that women have been given maybe a little bit more grace and opportunity. And then I also think that it comes out as us attacking one another because, and honestly, a lot of people are looking for God in the next person, which in a healthy way, that's okay. But half the time, people are looking for something in the next person that they don't have. Like the gentleman earlier. Now, I'm not saying he don't have it, but I'm saying he gave a reference to Felicia Rashad, right? That woman embodies an essence of goddess, right? And a lot of men are looking for that goddess, but they have not. And again, I'm not talking about that brother specifically. I'm just using that as an example. But a lot of men are looking for that goddess, but then they want to have a whole bunch of junk on the plate, right? And not to just play on the Felicia Rashad, but Bill Cosby said one time, and I hate to bring his name up, but let me put this way. Heathcliff, he said, you bring me a wonderful, delicious plate of dinner, but then you bring it to me on a trash can lid. Sometimes that's what people do in different aspects of life, men and women. And I think until we get back to the spiritual core of who we are and not be jumbled up in any particular sector of religion, that we have been allowed ourselves to be jumbled up in, and just come back to the core. I am a man, but I am a spirit being before anything else. A woman is a woman, but she's a spirit being before anything else. And I just think until we come back to that and learn to move in that and really mean that and not have it be jumbled up by, well, I'm a Christian or I'm a this or I'm a that. Because honestly, the attack is on feminine energy altogether, whether that shows up in a woman, whether it shows up in a same gender loving man.
Hold on, Tony. Tony done said. So I was going to ask you this. When you said we all have male, feminine and masculine energy, I know this is silly. What percentage of men would admit that they have feminine energy? Tony.
Now, I can't tell you that, but what I can tell you is this. A lot of men don't even know that to be able to have that conversation in my 41-year experience. A lot of men don't, they when they hear that, the first thing they think is, oh, you mean I like pink, or you think I like this, or you think I like that. Not all, but a lot of men, you know, that's what they attribute feminine energy toward, instead of understanding, which is why I was listening to one of the shows not too long ago, and a man said, you know, it wasn't until I had my daughter that I was able to view women differently and approach it differently. Well, that's why, because until you have to really deal with that from a space of compassion, you have no other place to run because that's your daughter. Until you can deal with that from that same level, that place of compassion, you're not programmed in this world. And speaking of dominant discourse, you're not programmed as a man to have to see it. You know, you can throw it off on anything else with anybody else, but when it comes down to your daughter, you happen to walk into and fill those shoes. That's what starts to make a man understand the feminine aspect and understand that feminine energy is also connected to nurturing. And so when he has to nurture his daughter, that's what finally makes him connect to that feminine energy. But if you understood that you are God, you're not the God, you're not the creator, but you are God. So therefore, you have masculine and feminine energy because God is an equal and an opposite of all things.
Come on, Tony, you better start your church tomorrow, bro. Thank you for that sermon today. He done preached good. Dr. Mitchell is here as well. Thank you. It was worth holding on. I see sometimes people be holding on and then it's not that, but it's okay. I get it. Jerry in Georgia. Well, welcome to the Karen Hunter Show. Hi.
Now I just feel like I should just pass the plate.
Okay. Yes.
Amen. But what I do want to say is what kept coming to my mind this last hour and a half that I've been holding is Fannie Lou Hammer. She said, yeah, you play it quite often. She said, if I'm not free, you're not free either. Your freedom is shackled and chained to mine. So I got to roll all the way back to Jamel. Jamel, you're shackled, you're chained. And it's those stories that men are told, those stories that women are told about how we're supposed to be. You know, men collect notches on their belts. Women have become whores. I want to go back to or ask women to undo the negativity that we've done to each other. I can remember being in church, not going to go too personal, but being looked down on, 3 children, 3 different fathers. Those same women felt that same pain at some point in their life because they wouldn't project it out on me the way that they did. And we have a habit of doing that. We project our mess, our shame, the value of ourselves on someone else. And so that keeps the cycle going. I think that we as women, and when we burned our bras, we have that ability to stop that mentality. We can put an end to some of this, at least help the next generation evolve beyond that. But stop shaming each other. First off.
Look at the back-to-back messages of empowerment. Jerry in Georgia, thank you for holding on for an hour and a half. I apologize, but you know, the show be moving. And then it's like I tried. I did get to everybody that held on though. So I feel like but then I also told Alexa to shut the lines down so nobody else could get in. Cause I'm like, we're gonna finish up with Dr. Mitchell.